It's my favorite evening. I'm pacing around the floor. Got southern woods and waters gonna take me out the door. Got coffee on a perkin. I'm about to have some fun. They'll have my mind chasing some critter on the run. Bring it on, southern woods and waters. Make me hear that sound of a fish that's breaking water or the bawling of some hounds. Make me smell that river mud, feel clean air on my face. Bring it on, southern woods and waters, show me that special place.
Probably about 11-inch crappie.
Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you all to this week's edition of Southern Woods and Waters. I want to wish each and every one of you a happy New Year's as we're all getting ready to send 2020 out and bring in 2021. And I know we're all hoping for a much better year in 2021, and I have got faith that that is going to happen. But tonight we're going to have a great time talking about some of the things that are going to be upcoming in 2021 for us here at the show. And we're also going to be taking you along on a couple of great deer hunts here in the state of Tennessee. A couple of really nice bucks on tonight's show, so I think you're going to enjoy that. Got a couple of good friends with me in the studio tonight, and I've got just to my left here Mr. Randall Haley. We got him out of the woods just in time. And got Mike Adams down here with me, and we're going to be just, you know, having a good time tonight. You know, it's I was about ready to see 2020 come to an end.
I was going to say 2020. It's time for 2020 to go away. It's been a great year for we hunters.
Yeah,
there's nothing like social distancing in the wood or deer stand or duck blind.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's time for 2021.
It is. I'm ready to see what the new year's going to bring, and we've got a lot of exciting things we're going to be doing, and some new things that we're going to be covering this year that we're going to talk about later. I'm excited about. But for right now, Mike, let's go on over. Now, you are going to take us tonight, first segment, on a muzzleloader hunt. And you have not, and some of these details are going to come out in the video, but it had been a while for you.
It's been side hammer time all the way back 46 years ago, 1974. So, just didn't like to do the soap and water and all that stuff, cleaning. And I got with Brandon and a couple and talked to me about, well, you don't use this, and then they sent me this inline thing. Yeah. And man, I tell you what, that's as they say, this is not your daddy's Buick. Yeah. That CVA is not your daddy's muzzleloader.
Yeah. No, it's not. They've come a long, long way. And when Mike called me, it was, well, how do you clean these new muzzleloaders? What do you shoot in these new muzzleloaders? I said, man, it's like a rifle. I mean, just about. I mean, you still got to clean them, take care of them, but since you were using them 45 plus years ago, it had changed significantly, had it not?
Yeah, everything is so different. I mean, we poured our own balls. We used grease patch, and people would say, "Oh, I killed a deer at 100 yards," which I still do that today. Go out there and it's 35.
Yeah.
But, a 50-yard shot on deer with one of those old rifles that was as tall as I am, and I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
And lumber that thing around in twin triggers, for that
That's
set
if it
trigger.
went off too. You never knew if it was going to fire.
You pull that set trigger and you get up there and you go. And I did that twice the first season. I had a pop and a fizzle, and once I just had a pop. And one I finally got fired about 35, 40 yards with a round ball, and it was a little 4-point buck, and I was proud of that as anything. Now you got to remember, 1974 4-point buck was a good-sized buck in West Tennessee.
That's right. Well, let's go on over and check it out, Mike, see how your hunt went.
Very difficult to see, but I've got 2 deer on me right now. Both are does, and they're eating in the corn. I don't know if you can find them or not. There's that dark spot there, and that dark spot over there. They've been here since since a little before, about 5:15, I guess, is when they got here. They were laying down in the wheat. I decided to get up and roam around. They've been out here eating. There's actually 3. I don't know where the third one went. They've been a little deeper. But still waiting to see if I can find that buck somewhere. Had a big bodied deer come through before daylight, but I couldn't tell what it was. These are my, this is the 4th deer I've seen this morning. She wants to grow up and be strong. She's eating her Wheaties. I just had another deer walk into my lap. It's another doe. 5 deer. 5 deer coming in. She is, she's 15 yards away, I guess. Number 6 just walked in. It looks like it may be walking this way, too. One's about 25 yards, one's about 35 yards. I'm gonna get back over here so I can make a little better judgment on that one in the back. Sorry, I'm shaking. The day I don't get that acceleration from even seeing them, I'll quit hunting, but man, that was awesome. This is my hunt. I'm going to freezer along with that big one Jake killed the other day, and I'm set for the winter then. I got plenty of food on in the next year. Put the skull mount on him. But I couldn't pass on that. It's been 46 years since I killed a deer with a muzzle loader. Man, that CVA rifle put him down in his tracks. Dropped him right there. I can see him from here. It's a pretty little deer here. And I'll show you from where I was to where he is. I mean, I shot him and he's down. He's still right where he was when I hit him. So he's there, right here, right on top of me. And if you turn, right there's my blind. And he came from the east today, which was weird, following the wind, because all of my tracking stuff was showing the wind was from the east. I think I just heard Mike Tolley shoot. Mike's across the way at a different farm over here. Thank you, Lord, for the deer and this day, and it's just an awesome thing to be out here in his outdoors. Submit. Your harvest record is complete. Temporary transportation tags are no longer required for this harvest. And it gives me my confirmation number. That'll also email me to, so when I get over here, I'll have a number. If game warden wants to look at him, check him. I have my number, my harvest number, and it's that quick and simple to check in online. This is a very special buck to me. I watched this buck and a little 6-point buck this morning. This one's an 8, and they roam around for quite a while. The reason it's so special, this is the first. Sorry, my hands are still shaking. It's been about 40 minutes. My hand's shaking. Special buck to me because 46 years ago, muzzleloader season, I shot my first muzzleloader buck. He was a little 4-point buck, and that was the first one I'd ever shot. So 46 years ago. Well, this morning I watched this guy and a little 6-point for probably 30 minutes. I mean, just right after daybreak, and I watched them for a long time, and they'd disappear. They'd go in the woods chasing does. And then they turned around and came back out with 2 does out here in front of me. You probably see that on the video earlier. And I looked and I said, no, it's not really the deer I want. I'd like to have a bigger buck, but it's been 46 years. Well, I had the camera on him, and I had to reach across my body and get my rangefinder. I just wanted to see how far they were, and I ranged him, and lo and behold, he ranged 46 yards. So 46 years, 46 yards, and you'll probably hear me on the video. I said, I've made my decision. So I decided to take this buck. I shot him with my CVA Optima, my V2 with the thumb hold. I gotta say, Brandon Dowdy, Rick Taylor, you guys were all about it. I may have to hunt with this during rifle season. I like this gun. And I wish everybody luck throughout rifle season, the remainder of muzzleloader season. You can tell I'm still shook up. And we'll be looking for your pictures and your videos on Southern Woods and Waters. By the way, go Vols.
I like the way you ended that there, Mike.
Go Vols. Only way to go is up with the Vols.
Yeah, that's right. At least there's no going down really much,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess we could lose them all, but that's all right. You still got to be a fan either way, right?
That's right. It's
but no, great hunt, man. That's a great hunt. What you were explaining there, that's what it's all about. It don't matter about the inches on a deer, or the size on a deer. We're going to talk a little bit more about that over the next few weeks too. I've got a real special show coming up here in a few weeks. I'm gonna get serious with on a little bit with some people. But awesome hunt, man.
I think that was a special hunt to me, no doubt.
Yeah, there is. And now next year, you'll be ready to go again, and you'll know your gun's going to go off and everything's going to happen.
Well, and that's what I keep telling everybody, it's not your dad's rifle. I started at 15 yards and 50 and went out to 100, and I'm shooting 3-inch groups at 200 yards with a muzzle loader.
That's right. You can't beat it, man.
It's awesome.
Well, let's go over and do this week's wild game forecast. It's being sponsored by the great people over at Wilson Bank and Trust. You guys can find them at 28 Middle Tennessee locations. They've been serving our community for over 30 years. Be sure to stop in and talk to them about all your banking and financial needs, and tell them thank you for everything that they do for us right here at the show. Well, guys, the forecast is still looking pretty good. Just a few more days to deer hunt, Randall. We're about done, buddy. It's just about over, isn't it?
It is.
But they still moving, ain't they?
Oh yeah.
I was telling Randall just a minute ago, I have waited all year to see 2 particular bucks on my farm, and have seen them both in the last 2 days. So, you know, you just never know what's going to happen as far as, you know, they might travel out and venture out, and eventually if they don't get shot, they'll end up back where they started,
right.
you know.
That's right.
So that's, you know, that's something big to keep on.
And this is a time of year too where a lot of people say, well, I'm not seeing any movement, but you know, you still get that one buck after that one or two does that are late season, and you'll see some good deer killed just in these last 4 or 5 days.
What do you think to do, Randall?
Think they're doing right now?
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing. They just ain't as not as many does in heat. I mean, the yard's full of does every day now.
Right.
But I can put 2 cameras out there in that yard and sit here and look at 5 bucks that's in and out there every day, and they never get on that camera.
Right.
You know, so
They know how to ease around.
I don't know. I don't know if they know what a camera is or not, but they just, you know.
No, they
just
really can't
because there's
seem
a
to avoid
camera
it,
out there. Yeah.
Well, that camera's only catching one
you're
space,
putting it,
you know.
that's right.
You
Yeah.
know, think about the odds it's sitting in a tree stand that you want a buck to walk right by that tree right there.
Yeah.
I mean, the odds of that are pretty slim if you think about it.
Oh,
now, when
they're
you
still
got a
doing
pile of bait out there, a mineral lick or something, it's pretty easy, you know. But
You
if
put that
don't,
corn
it's
out
not.
there.
Yeah, then
you show
can
me
get in front
somebody's
of it.
getting the same buck and the same ones right there every day. There's a pile of corn or something.
There's something going on. That's right. I agree.
Something there, I agree.
Yeah. One thing I think too that they do more this time of year, and it's what these deer have been doing that I've seen the last few days. They're feeding. I mean, they're back into eating. Don't get me wrong. A doe comes out there that they want to get after, they're going to get after. But they're wore out. They're
wore
getting
out,
ready for
wore down.
winter.
They're
and
worn
putting
out,
on pounds.
and you're seeing 2 or 3 bucks back getting in a group now. You know, beginning to
Especially them young ones.
Yeah, the young ones are bunched up again. So,
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
We'll be sitting here next year talking about getting ready
But
to
you let
fire
her
it
know.
off
You let her
again,
know.
you know?
Doe come walking through there with her head down and that tail sticking half out.
Every buck on the farm will be
every
after.
one of them. Yeah,
That's what's neat about this time of year is you're liable to have a doe run out with 5 bucks chasing
It
her.
just takes one.
Yeah, it
and,
does.
And yeah, you can see
She'll
more
get
than
them all
one
in
buck.
trouble.
That's right. That's
It's just
right.
a lot like us, isn't it? But it reminds you of your high school days, you know. But seriously, them 4, 5, 6 bucks, whatever it is, if that one doe comes through there, they're going to be competing. They will be competing over that one doe. They're going to do what they got to do.
Yeah,
So.
and then if one of them gets her and goes off with her, and when they get through with their little deal, that old buck is 10 times as hot as he was.
Yeah,
you know.
right. He's fired back
Yeah,
up
Oh, he's
again.
ready to
fired
go.
up, he's going off again.
He's wild
Yeah,
now.
that's right. Well, guys, we want to remind you to follow us on Facebook. Keep up with us there. We'll take you along on the weekends with us and give you updates on what we're up to at the time. And y'all can also send us your stories on there. Also, go over and check out our website at swwtv.com. We'd love for you to add a story for us there in the Tall Tale section. And just let us kind of know how some of your hunts or fishing trips have gone. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here in just a minute with this week's Pictures of the Week and some more Southern Woods and Waters.